Do you know what the government gave us when we came home from after serving all that time? It was the 5220 Club. $20 a week for 52 weeks. 5220 Club. That's what, how negligent they were about taking care of us. I was 17 years old, 18 years old, 10,000 miles from my home. And at 17, what the hell do you know? It's hard for you to take care of yourself. We'll talk about that later. I came home and I was 19 at that time. And so the question of what are you going to do? And remember, immigrants didn't have any money in those days. Today, there's money. The immigrants are wealthy, and we'll tell you, because one of the good things that happened beside the 5220 Club, when we came home, you were able to go to college free for a specific period of time, depending on your service. Well, that principle has allowed many people to go to college and become doctors, lawyers, accountants, nurses, and work all the rest of their life at high wages, paid an awful lot of income tax, and that was very important. So that was very, 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 very good. I decided to go to college, and I went to Youngstown, and that time it was a college.
Right.
Well, that's important because it was a few barracks, camp rentals in Sharon was the shipping off point for our soldiers to go to Europe. And so they bought some of the barracks, and going to Youngstown College, you had a couple of buildings. They had the main building though, and wind would whistle through the cracks in those barracks, So I went for 2 years, the pre-law there. We decided Ohio Northern was a Baptist church. I think the tuition was like $150 or some darn thing, something like that. So we went to Ohio Northern, applied there. They took us for 2 years pre-law. None of this LSAT test and testing and today you can't get into law school unless you pass all these tests and so forth. Plus, cost you $200,000. So I went and I had I served 13 months and was able to get comparable tuition. And the dean liked me, and he put me in charge of the library, so I paid for the rest of the tuition. But it was quite an experience. Going to law school, you learn a lot about objective things, but you don't learn how to practice and make money and make a living. So you come out into the practice, and there was hardly any business around to speak of. Today, there's plenty of legal business to occupy lawyers. So you didn't make any money to speak of. But we stuck with it, and we developed a law practice as an individual. To this day, we have a firm called Rossi Rossi. My son's a lawyer. It was a very difficult time, but I was one time, I can tell you, very big in divorce work. You got to get Dan Rossi. I had 56 open cases, divorce cases at the same time. And Judge Leskovansky allowed these, when you're in litigants in a divorce court and you live in the same house because you can't afford two separate homes during the pendency of the case, a lot of arguments. So it was horrible. So I quit the private practice of divorce work and concentrated on accident cases. And did very well. I tried more cases than I think any other lawyer in Mahoney County, mainly accident cases. And often asked, well, why did you go into the personal injury work, accidents? And so that's where the money is. So and we became lucky, and we're able to afford good medical care for my wife now, and So it all worked out, but it's part of the training that I received and the discipline that you are subjected to and learning about life in the service that I was as successful as I have become. Everybody should serve their country after high school for 1 year because it affects everybody. Number one, you're a year older when you're done. You're better able to make serious decisions as to your future, which are very important and critical. Because you make decisions at 17 or 18, you're stuck with them for the rest of your life. So it's important that you have enough time to learn about all that. And certainly, not perhaps right at this day, but normally it alleviates the working of the job hunting, and it also teaches you while that service 1 year that you serve your love of a country. You have an attachment to your country. You have done something with your country and for your country, and it provides a reservoir of soldiers in case you ever need another war by land. So I think that everybody should be required mandatorily to serve their country. Because what I learned when I was 17 and 18 in behalf of my country is irreplaceable and could have never happened. And it helped me significantly in the development of my future.
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit businessjournaldaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to afterhoursyoungstown.com.